What's up, all you awesome fencers out there? I'm Coach Tyler with Fencer's Edge, and today we are going to be going over the top 7 things that you can do to improve your fencing quickly. Now, whether you're a beginner just starting out or you've been fencing for many years and you're looking to improve your game, these 7 things will help you improve quickly. So before we get started, if you are finding these videos helpful and you want to see more awesome fencing content like this, please consider supporting this channel. There's a few ways that you can do that. Number 1, as always, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. I'm posting a video every week, so if you don't want to miss out on the latest content, make sure to ding that bell so you can get notified every time I release a new video. You can also check out my Patreon page and become a supporter on Patreon. Any amount that you can contribute there greatly helps me produce more awesome content for you. Alright, so let's get started with the first thing that you can do to help improve your fencing game. And this first one is the most crucial aspect. If you do this, you are definitely going to improve quickly, and that is have a learning mindset. And now, what I mean by having a learning mindset is that you are focused on learning all the time, whether you're bouting, whether you're at practice, whether you are at home studying videos. If you have a learning mindset, meaning you're focused on how you can improve your game, if you're constantly focused on learning new skills, that's going to greatly help you improve. If you walk into your club and ready for practice and you have the intention to learn something, or if you step on the fencing strip and you're about to bout somebody and you have the intention of learning something, you are going to improve. You're going to learn new skills. But if you just come into practice just to practice, and if you fence on the fencing strip just to win, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to progress. You're not going to improve your fencing. So having that intention to learn something, whether you're fencing in a competition or you're just at practice or you're watching videos at home, if your intention is on learning something, you are going to improve. Fencing is all about learning from your opponent. If you are mentally focused on just beating your opponent and solely focused on winning, that doesn't put you in the correct mindset to learn how to beat that opponent. You have to constantly be reading your opponent's actions and figuring out how to defeat those actions or how to react in a different way if some of your actions aren't working. So you have to constantly be learning while you are fencing. If you are not focused on learning while you are fencing, you are going to keep doing the same actions over and over again, and you're going to get frustrated, and your opponent's just going to smile and say, "Thanks for the victory. I'll see you next time." Also, learning helps prevent discouragement. If you are a fencer and you are constantly losing, but you're not learning anything, if you're not focused on learning, if you're just focused on trying to win, then you are likely to get discouraged when you don't get the results that you want. But if you have a learning mentality and you're not getting the results that you want, you are constantly trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do differently in order to get those results? Rather than beating yourself up and getting discouraged when you don't get the results that you want. So having that learning mentality will really help keep you motivated, keep you focused on what you can do better instead of getting discouraged and giving up. So having that learning mentality also helps prevent you from plateauing. I've seen a lot of fencers get really good success early on in their career, and then that goes to their head and they think that they're the best fencer and they think they know everything, and then they end up losing when they step up to the next level, and they get frustrated and they don't know why they're losing because they're solely focused on, "Oh, I'm the best, I know everything, there's nothing else I can learn, I just need to beat everybody." And that's going to only get you so far. Fencing is such an intricate sport. There's always so much to learn. I've been fencing for over 29 years and I am constantly learning new things. So if you want to progress in your game, that learning mentality is absolutely crucial. All right, so the second thing you can do to improve your fencing quickly, and this one is going to be almost obvious to everybody, and that is you have to practice. If you're not putting in the work, you're not going to progress. You need to be disciplined with your practice. So set a time every week that you are fencing at least 3 times a week, that you are practicing and dedicated to improving your fencing game. If you don't set that schedule and you're not disciplined with that schedule, then you're not going to improve. Even on the days when you don't feel like fencing, when you don't feel like practicing, you have to put yourself back into that learning mentality and have the discipline to put in the hard work and practice. When you go to practice, you should have an intention to learn something. Every time you step inside your club or every time that you do drills at home, you need to have the intention to progress. I see a lot of fencers just come into practice just because maybe their parents are making them or they feel like, oh, it's just the right thing to do, but they don't have a clear intention of why they are coming to practice, what it is that they want to accomplish with that time that they are practicing. So have an intention with your practice of what you want to accomplish in that training session. So when you practice, it's important to practice slowly. Now, when you are practicing slowly, it's much easier for you to be really mindful of how you're moving and what you can do to make that action just a little bit smaller, a little bit more accurate. What you can do to just really clean up your form and have more power, strength, and balance in your form. If you are just wild and crazy practicing fast all the time, then you're not going to be able to really fine tune your skills and actions. Now, I'm not saying that you should 100% practice slowly all the time and there should be no fast, but practicing slowly, adding a little bit of that to each one of your practice sessions is really important. That's what's going to help build the speed, build the accuracy. Taking your time to practice slowly, and then you can add the speed as you feel more comfortable with those actions. So be disciplined and practice on your own. Even if you can't make it into your fencing club as often as you would like, be disciplined. Watch my videos. Practice at home. Even if it means standing in the on guard position while you're brushing your teeth, or moving through the hallways of your house with advances and retreats, or if something's kind of far away, lunge to reach that thing. But always be practicing and make that practice fun and enjoyable. Make it a game. So practice is super crucial because it builds that muscle memory in your nervous system. So when you step on the fencing strip, you can react in the appropriate ways. Fencing is such a fast sport. It's down to like milliseconds. And you don't have time to think about how your body is moving while you are fencing. Your body needs to just react in a split second. And the best way to train your body to do that is through lots and lots of practice. All right, so coming in at the number 3 spot is take private lessons from a coach. Taking private lessons will really help you fine-tune your form and your actions. Private lessons will also help you learn new strategies and tactics and ways to defeat your opponent. Working with a good coach will help you build a game plan that's based on your strengths to help you be the most effective when you go on the fencing strip. Taking private lessons will also help you build that muscle memory in your nervous system through all of the repetitions that a good coach will put you through. Doing actions slowly over and over again and really fine-tuning and correcting that form. Working with a coach in a one-on-one setting will also help you build confidence. A good coach will work with you and really get you to make an action properly. And once you feel like you've got that action down properly, that will build confidence in you, and you will have a stronger sense of confidence when you go on the fencing strip. All right, coming in at the number 4 spot is bouting. Guys, bouting is super important. You have to get out there and fence. If you are not doing that, then you are not taking what you've learned in your practice and putting it into action and seeing what works and what doesn't work. It will also give you the really important skill and practice of learning how to read your opponent and read what they're doing and how you need to react. Bouting will also give you a clear vision of what you need to do to improve. It will give you a clear vision of what's working in your fencing game and what's not. What's something that you want to ask your coach to work on in your next lesson. Bouting also gives you experience, and lots of experience will give you confidence when you go out and fence. If you haven't fenced in a whole lot of bouts and you go to a tournament, you're going to feel kind of nervous. All right, so coming in at that number 5 spot is video analysis. Film yourself fencing and watch the footage. This is a really helpful tool to help you see what you're doing when you're fencing. All right, it'll give you a really good idea of what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. It'll also help diminish that ideal image. A lot of times fencers will think they're really good at something and then they'll watch themselves fence and realize, oh crap, I am not really good at that. I need to actually improve certain aspects of my form or certain aspects of my strategy and tactics. Watching footage of you fencing will also help you learn how to read your opponent. You can find and spot weaknesses in your opponent that you may not have seen when you are actually fencing. Watch that video of you fencing with your coach. They'll be able to point out and give you really awesome advice on how you can improve. As a coach, I offer video analysis. So if you have footage of you fencing and you want me to go over it, I have this really great application that I use that allows me to zoom in, draw on the footage, and do voiceovers. So if you would like me to analyze your fencing, send me an email and we'll talk about how to make that happen. All right, so coming in at that number 6 spot is watch videos from all of the national and international competitions. This has really helped me improve my game greatly, is studying how the pros are moving, what actions are they doing, how are they moving that fast. And watch those videos in slow motion. This will really help you learn new tricks. It'll help you learn how to move properly. It'll give you inspiration and motivation that will help you really take your game to the next level. I highly recommend watching the videos in slow motion. This will really help you analyze and see how they're actually moving. The pros move super fast and the actions happen so quickly that sometimes it's hard to see in real time. But if you watch those videos at half speed, then you can really see and learn how they're moving, what actions they're taking, and you can learn new tricks and strategies based upon watching them fence. There are a lot of great YouTube channels out there that have footage from all of the international and national competitions. So get out there, make sure you subscribe to their channels, check out Cyrus of Chaos, check out Sydney Saber Center, check out the Foilist, FIE channel, Fencing Vision. All of these channels bring you the competitions in the highest level fencing in the world. So those channels are really awesome and really helpful. I highly recommend that you get on YouTube, search for those channels, subscribe to those channels, and watch those fencers perform at the highest level. All right, so coming in at that number 7 spot is ask questions. Ask your opponents, hey, how did you beat me? What am I doing wrong? What can I do better? Ask your coaches those same questions. How can I improve? What are you seeing in my game that is lacking? Or what am I doing well even? Asking questions will really help you get a clear idea of what you need to do to improve. If you don't ask the questions, you're going to miss out on some really valuable feedback that can really help boost your game and take it to the next level. So you need to ask those questions of your opponents. Ask those questions from your club mates. Ask those questions of your coaches. How can I improve? What am I doing wrong? Asking questions will also make people want to help you. If you are showing a curiosity and a desire to learn and you're asking me questions, I'm going to want to help you. And if you are not asking those questions, then I'm not going to take the time to help you. And the more people you have helping support you on your journey to become the best fencer you can be, the better you're going to be. So ask for that help. Get that support from people. All right, everybody, that does it for this video. If you've got some ideas of what has helped you improve in the past, make sure to put them down in the comments below. This is not an extensive, exhaustive list, and I'd love to hear from you guys as to what helps you improve the most. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you find these tips helpful, and I hope they help improve your fencing game. Until the next video, guys, have fun, work hard, and practice.